All right, let's jump right into this explainer because we are looking at a truly massive turning point in mystical history. We're going to paint a vivid picture of a profound cosmic shift, the literal moment the light withdrew from the world. We're talking about the immediate aftermath of Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai's passing, detailed in the Zohar's Idra traditions and other Kabbalistic texts. And, this really isn't just some historical event. It is a fundamental, structural change in how the entire universe actually operates. I want you to picture this in your mind like a cinematic 4K heritage scene playing out right in front of you. It's the moment of Rabbi Shimon's passing. You can almost see the actual physical light withdrawing from the world, the massive fountains of wisdom that used to just flow freely, openly pouring out the absolute deepest secrets of creation. They are violently sealing shut. His Talmudim, his most devoted disciples, are just standing there in dim silence as the radiant clarity of those secrets totally fades into this profound, heavy hiddenness. That's the exact chilling atmospheric shift the Zohar is describing here. So here is our roadmap for today. We'll cover the era of revealed light, the master server going offline, the Sephirotic mechanics of concealment, the shift from white to red, navigating the degraded system, and finally, operating on cached fragments. Let's start with Section 1, the era of revealed light. Back when Rabbi Shimon was alive, the texts describe this incredible concept called Gilui. Essentially, it was an era of pure, unmediated revelation. There was real-time direct access to the very deepest mysteries of the Torah. It was a state of complete and brilliant illumination, where the source wisdom just flowed, completely openly. If you had a question about the cosmos, the channel was wide open. The reception was absolutely perfect. Which brings us to Section 2. The master server goes offline. Okay, think of Rabbi Shimon as literally the cosmic master server for the universe's most complex data. When he went offline, that real-time access to the universe's source code was instantly, permanently severed. His companions, the ones left behind, suddenly realized they could no longer fix or stabilize the mysteries on their own. The live connection dropped entirely, leaving them completely disconnected from the mainframe. And the structural change was drastic. We moved abruptly from a unified one, meaning a singular, pure channel of revelation anchored by Rabbi Shimon himself, to a fragmented 10. The full structure of the spiritual ecosystem was suddenly shattered into these partial, unstable connections. It was no longer the single, seamless pipeline of truth. It became a deeply fragmented puzzle that was suddenly incredibly difficult to piece together. Moving right along to Section 3, Sephirotic mechanics of concealment. Let's actually look at how this total system failure cascaded down the Sephiroth, because it's fascinating. Starting up in Chokmah, the raw source wisdom became severely diminished in access. Then in Bina, human interpretation really began struggling because it totally lacked that initial clarity. Moving down to Tiferet, the system suffered the literal loss of the harmonizing teacher, the one who balanced the scales. In Yeso, the direct transmission chain was completely broken. And finally, down in Malchut, our physical reality, we were plunged into total concealment. It is a complete top-to-bottom degradation of the network. And that total network failure? It ushers in what's called Hester. We officially shifted out of an era of open revelation and straight into an era of deep, pervasive concealment. From this moment on, the profound secrets are heavily, heavily hidden. They can only be accessed to intense, obscure, and frankly, sometimes dangerous effort. It fundamentally altered how humanity interacts with the divine. Basically, the instruction manual was hidden away. Section 4, from white to red. Now, this wasn't just structural. The texts describe this as a massive shift in cosmic color frequencies. The system went from the pure, unified white light of grace, which represented the full, brilliant illumination during the life of Rabbi Shimon, to the fragmented, harsh red of Din. Red represents judgment, restriction, and concealment. So the aftermath of his passing meant the world was now operating under the strict, unforgiving frequency of red. Every single drop of wisdom now had to be fiercely fought for. Section 5. Navigating the degraded system. It is exactly like playing a ridiculously complex video game, where all the players have suddenly lost their central guide character. The heads-up display, your HUD, is severely degraded. You're now forced to navigate this incredibly dangerous and complex system with only partial map information. The fog of war has officially rolled in, and you have to rely entirely on instinct, hidden clues, and intense study just to figure out which direction is forward. And finally, Section 6, operating on cached fragments. If you look at this through the lens of cosmic engineering, it's like a massive system has totally lost its primary controller node. The system is now forced into degraded operation with incredibly limited synchronization. So what does that actually mean for us? It means we are surviving entirely on incomplete data flows and cached fragments of wisdom. That live, real-time connection is gone. So we are stuck meticulously studying the cached data left behind in texts like the Zohar, desperately trying to piece together the original source code that just can't seamlessly update anymore. So that leaves us with a pretty massive question about our own spiritual resilience. We are essentially cosmic engineers working completely in the dark. How do you piece together those cached fragments of wisdom to elevate your own reality in an era of pure concealment? It places this immense responsibility on us, right? We have to actively seek that hidden light, decode the fragments ourselves, and quite literally force the system to reveal its secrets through your own intense effort. Look, the master server might be offline and the fog might be incredibly thick. But maybe this system wasn't ever meant to be handed to us perfectly intact forever. Maybe the true purpose of this degraded era is to force us to become the engineers, to find the fragments, piece them together, and generate the light ourselves. The source code is out there. The only question is, are you willing to put in the effort to compile it? Thank you for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week. If you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share which part of the journey touched your soul in the comments. We'll see you in the next chapter.